Chick Frody, New England's most premier, knowledgeable surfer of all things surf. If you want to surf today, you call Chick to find out where the wave is. That is premier.
Nobody can spread it thicker than Kenny.
So let's continue the tour here. Now that we've got the expert here.
This one here is a Surfboard's East. What I like about this one, I bought this board not so much for the shape, but for the fin. Because I have looked up and been told that these boards, when they were made in New Jersey, were made at a shop where they also had a band that played that was practicing. And the guy in the band also helped them make the surfboard fins. And if you look this up, you'll see that one of the guys that made the surfboard fins for these boards is none other than Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen may have made the fin for this board. Can't guarantee it. That's right. But that's what he was doing, was making surfboard fins for this company.
No way.
Yes.
Bruce.
And then you can go online and look at the pictures and see him in the surfboard shop hanging with the guys that were making these boards. Real cool boards. This is a Bing Karma that I actually got from Chick about, what, 5-6 years ago, Chick?
Yeah.
You didn't rip me off too bad on this either. And I made it look nice. Looked like shit when he gave it to me. He doesn't take care of his boards.
That's right.
He doesn't know how to take care of his stuff.
That's right.
This is actually a board here I treasure. This was given to me over here by Mark O'Connell, the president of our Surfrider Club, that he rode in Hawaii back in the 80s or 90s. Not sure who he got it from, but it's a pretty cool board.
I'm pretty sure the Bing Karma was the board that Ralph Arnez won the West Coast Surfing Championships on back, God, what would that have been? 70s. And
So these aren't just like old surfboards. These have like stories behind a lot of them.
yeah, not this board exactly,
Not this
but
exact
he
board,
he
but
rode
this-
that type of
these
board.
type of boards.
Ralph
Yeah.
Arnez was the son of James Arnez, who was Matt Dillon in the
Oh,
TV show.
yeah, all right.
Gunsmoke.
Of course,
Gunsmoke, yeah, that was his son.
Gosh.
Yeah, he was a real talent, that kid.
I picked up this Oceanside, I think last year or so. I love this thing. That thing is very cool looking.
Yeah.
And deserves to be surfed. So it hasn't been ridden since I picked it up yet, but it will rip by somebody. Love it. Let's head over this way, Chick, and show them a couple boards that I got about probably 10 years ago. I've got this Midget Farley stringless. Really cool, beautiful board. And on top of it is a hot curl.
This is probably the most sought after board by old Cape Codders.
Yeah.
They
I get,
love the hot curls.
yeah, a lot of guys want to get that board.
Very thin rails. It's got good rocker to it. It would ride a Cape Cod wave really well.
Yeah.
And,
What is it about this board and a Cape Cod wave that goes together?
there's more power in a Cape Cod wave than most New England waves. And when you don't want a real thick rail on it. You want something that's, like a knife. It can cut through like a scalpel. And they were, back in '67, they finally figured out how to make a rail on a board. And then they went right from learning how to make a good longboard rail to shortboards. And a shortboard back then was like maybe an 810 or something.
Okay.
And then it dropped down quickly to the 6-foot range. But these boards have got really beautiful rails on them.
I mentioned earlier the boards that my brother Dave, when he passed away, left behind, and this is one of them right here. I should flip it over later on, but this is the Pipeliner for Made in Hawaii. And it's a pop-out, but they're very cool, and a lot of guys, when I went to the old, they had a big surf fest in Newport years ago. There was probably 7 or 8 of these with the very cool logo. Flip it over, the very cool stick figure logo of the guy surfing. Really cool looking logo.
Cool.
And
So how many boards you have here?
oh, well over 100 boards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. It's got over 100 about a year or so ago, so it's more like 110, 120.
And what's the year range from the early
again,
60s?
From the early 60s all the way now into the 80s, because I'm collecting a couple of short boards that go with it that I love to see now, because that's kind of been some of the passion too. Some really clean, pop outs here, a Mako, and another one that has a orca, like a whale on it. Cool. This one here I really love as you're going around here. This is a, what do I call this? This is the Abercrombie and Fitch board, and I really love this board because over here, if you look at it, it's Abercrombie and Fitch. Oh, be careful. Actually had a little blowhole. You could really do spearfishing, so it was actually designed for people to ride and spearfish. And they sold this at a hardware store probably in the mid-60s.
Wow.
Really cool.